With NFL games constantly being filled with contact, there are players that nearly die because of the devastating injuries on the field. Now, for Napoleon McCullum, being a popular player for the Raiders back in the early 90s, his career-ending injury came as a shock to everyone. In the early 1990s, when football in America was at its peak, millions across the country tuned in every Monday night to watch the best matchups happening that week, and some fans saw arguably one of the worst injuries in NFL history. Fans sat down to watch the Raiders take on the San Francisco 49ers. On a Monday night, they saw Raiders running back in Napoleon McCullum take the snap and run behind his lead blockers. When he was tackled, he came down the wrong way, which left his leg bent in a way that it wasn't supposed to go. Fans at the stadium couldn't imagine the severity, but fans at home who saw the up-close injury on replay were stunned and grossed out because the injury was so bad that he suffered a ruptured artery in his left knee, tearing 3 ligaments toward the calf and the hamstring off of the bone. He also suffered nerve damage in the knee. Now, he initially thought that he'd only face a long rehab, but McCullum's surgeon told him that there was a chance of him never being medically cleared to play in the NFL again. The surgeon said that he normally didn't see leg injuries this severe other than car accidents. He even stated that he might have amputation because his injury was bad enough to end his career, well short of what he expected. Within days of Darryl Stingley reaching the biggest NFL contract of all time, a hit during a game would not only change his life forever, but also change the rules on the field forever. In the 1978 preseason game, the Patriots are squaring off against the Raiders by the league's hardest hitter at the time named Jack Tatum. As Daly went up to catch the ball down the field, Jack Tatum laid the boom on Darryl before he even had the ball in his hands, which in football is a very illegal move, and after that hit, players could look lifeless laying on the field. After many minutes, some trainers and medical staff began attending to Stingley while his teammates were on one knee until he was placed on a stiff stretcher and taken off the field. He suffered compression of a spinal cord and broke 2 of his vertebrae, which was the cause of him never being able to play another snap in the NFL. 10 years later, after the injury, Darryl was interviewed where he talked about the injury, saying, "I relived that moment over and over again. I was 26 years old at the time, and I remember thinking, what's going to happen to me? What am I going to be like?" And then there were all the whys. Why? It was only after I stopped asking why that I was able to regroup and go on with my life. Now, Johnny Knox played a pivotal role in the Chicago Bears team in 2011. It was shocking to see him go down with an injury that stopped him from ever being able to play another snap. In 2011, in the late season game against the Seahawks, the Bears are back up to their own red zone, but the score is still 0-0, and the ball was passed to Knox on a pass route, and after he caught the ball, he did something shaking on the defense before he lost control of the ball and fumbled. Knox went to chase after the ball, and as he was diving to the ground, he collided with Seahawks defensive end Anthony Hargrove, who also dove for the ball, and the pileup was so big you couldn't tell an injury was at the bottom of all of this. Fans watching the game live, as well as many on TV, were confused because even with the heart analyzation, it was very hard to tell what happened to him. But afterwards, he was stretchered off the field in a stiff position. Replay barely shows it, but Knox was hit so hard that his back practically touched his butt, which fractured multiple vertebrae. He suffered nerve damage and had to undergo spinal fusion surgery. Now, despite quite a bit of rehab, the promising career of the receiver was over, and he retired a year later without ever playing another snap. And that's all we got for today's video. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. We appreciate everybody that stops by and checks out our videos. Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe down below to let us know that you are a new subscriber. And also comment down below if you have been here for a good period of time and if you like the videos. And also let us know what more NFL style videos you may want to see, and we can make that happen. And also make sure you got post notifications on to stay in tune with football's #1 source. And we hope to see you in our future videos.